You're at dinner with friends, and he cuts you off mid-sentence. That's not how it happened. He laughs, corrects you in front of everyone. The table goes quiet. Your face burns. Everyone's watching. He just made you look foolish, and he's smiling about it. Let me tell you what's really happening when someone humiliates you in public. Stay until the end, and you'll never let it happen again. Chapter 1. The exploitation of perceived weakness. The moment someone senses you won't fight back, the attacks begin. It's like blood in the water. The first time you laugh off disrespect, accept public correction without pushback, or let someone mock you without consequence, you've announced to everyone present that you're safe to attack. I had a client whose boyfriend would constantly joke about her weight at parties. Oh, she can't fit into that anymore. Everyone would laugh uncomfortably while she died inside. 7. You know what changed? The night she calmly said,
How you react in
"My
the
body
first
is not
3
up for
seconds
public
after
discussion."
public humiliation
The
determines
joke
whether it
stopped
continues
immediately,
or stops.
not because
Laugh
he
along.
suddenly respected her,
It continues.
but because she finally
Get angry
showed
and
she had
emotional.
boundaries.
You've given them exactly what they want.
Chapter 2.
But respond
The
with
power and
calm,
control
firm
dynamics.
boundary setting.
When
The
someone
game ends.
embarrasses you in
The
front of
client's
others,
husband would
they're
criticize her
establishing
parenting in
dominance
front of
for an
their friend.
audience.
She has
They're
no
showing
idea what
everyone
she's doing
present
with the kids.
that they rank above you,
One day,
that they can treat
she
you
simply
however
said,
they want,
"We can
that you're
discuss
beneath
parenting
them in
approaches
the social
privately
hierarchy.
later. Right now,
It's a
let's enjoy
performance,
dinner."
and you're the prop.
Calm,
This
firm,
happens in relationships
dignified.
when one person
He never
feels
did it again,
insecure.
because the game stopped
Maybe you
being
got
fun.
confident. Maybe people respect you more. Maybe you're growing beyond them. The public humiliation is their way of pushing you back down, of reminding you and everyone else who's really in charge. It's emotional terrorism disguised as casual conversation. Chapter 3. The envy and insecurity motivation. People who humiliate others publicly are almost always dealing with deep inadequacy. Think about it. Secure people don't need to tear others down for entertainment. They don't get pleasure from watching someone squirm. Only those who feel small inside need to make others feel smaller. A friend dated a man who would mock her career ambitions at every gathering. "She thinks she's going to make it big," he'd say with a laugh. Later, she realized he was jealous. She had drive, passion, something that brought her joy independent of him. He had nothing like that. So he tried to destroy what she had. Chapter 4. The absence of personal boundaries. Every time you accept disrespect, you're training people how to treat you. Every time you laugh along when you're the punchline, you're saying it's okay. Every time you let someone cross a line without consequence, you're moving the line further back. Here's the truth most people won't tell you. Those who humiliate others are testing. They're pushing to see how much you'll take. It starts small, a little joke at your expense. If you accept it, next time it's bigger, then bigger, until you're the designated punching bag in every social situation. Chapter 5. The role of the audience. Public humiliation only works with witnesses. It's not enough to hurt you. Others need to see you hurt. The audience amplifies the damage. Their laughter, their silence, their discomfort. It all adds to your shame. I've watched this dynamic in couples for years. One partner will say something cutting, then immediately look around to gauge reactions. They're not watching their partner, they're watching the audience. Did people laugh? Did they get the social approval they wanted? The actual relationship is secondary to the performance. Chapter 6. The lack of self-worth vulnerability. If you don't know your own value, others will assign it for you, and it will always be less than you deserve. People who don't recognize their own dignity become punching bags for those who need someone beneath them to feel adequate. When you know your worth, attempts at humiliation bounce off. When you don't, every barb finds its mark. This is why the same person can be respected in one environment and humiliated in another. It's not about who you are, it's about who you believe you are. Chapter 7. The response determines everything. How you react in the first 3 seconds after public humiliation determines whether it continues or stops. Laugh along? It continues. Get angry and emotional? You've given them exactly what they wanted. But respond with calm, firm boundary setting? The game ends. A client's husband would criticize her parenting in front of their friends. She has no idea what she's doing with the kids. One day, she simply said, "We can discuss parenting approaches privately later. Right now, let's enjoy dinner." Calm, firm, dignified. He never did it again because the game stopped being fun. Chapter 8. The humiliation as reflection principle. When someone needs to tear you down publicly, they're showing everyone their own insecurity. Secure people elevate others. Insecure people diminish them. The act of public humiliation says nothing about you and everything about them. Think about the most confident, successful people you know. Do they mock others at parties? Do they need to make people feel small? No. They're too busy building their own lives to waste time destroying others. Only those who feel powerless need to steal power through humiliation. The recovery process starts with recognition. You have to see the pattern, understand it's not acceptable, and decide it stops now. Not next time, not gradually. Now. The boundary setting technique is simple but not easy. When someone humiliates you publicly, address it immediately and calmly. "That's inappropriate, and I'd appreciate if you didn't speak to me that way in front of others." No anger, no emotion, just clear communication. If they continue, you remove yourself from the situation. The respect test is revealing. Someone who respects you will apologize genuinely and change their behavior. Someone who doesn't will get angry that you're not accepting their disrespect anymore. This tells you everything about whether the relationship is salvageable. Your dignity is non-negotiable. Any relationship that requires you to sacrifice it isn't worth maintaining. The transformation I've seen in women who stop accepting public humiliation is remarkable. They stand taller, they speak clearer, they attract better relationships. It's like they finally gave themselves permission to take up space in their own lives. Healthy people don't humiliate their partners. They build each other up, protect each other's dignity, and handle conflicts privately with respect. If you're not experiencing this, you're in the wrong relationship. Public humiliation is about the humiliator's weakness, not your worth. The transformation waiting on the other side of boundaries is incredible. Relationships based on mutual respect. Social interactions free from anxiety. The ability to be yourself without armor. You deserve to walk into any room knowing your value. You deserve relationships where your dignity is protected, not attacked. And when you finally claim that for yourself, you won't even recognize the powerful woman you've become.